What's going on, guys? So we are cruising around in my wife's brand new vehicle. Not sure if you guys are going to be able to figure out what it is just by looking at this angle. So baby, what do you think of it?
I love it. It's great.
She is actually very happy with this vehicle. So you want to start doing reviews with me too?
Sure, let's do it.
Such short responses.
Oh, okay. Well, I don't know if you want me to say more.
Oh, I should use this as outtakes.
It's funny.
So if you've watched my channel for any amount of time, you probably remember that my wife drives this 2016 Lincoln Navigator. This has been her vehicle for the last 3 years while it's been on lease, and it's a really nice vehicle, other than the fact that it looks kind of dated, and it really is just a glorified Expedition if you think of it from an exterior cosmetic appeal, as well as some of the interior features. But let me talk about some of the things that she liked about this vehicle. Definitely like the front lighting. Nice LED accent strip, HID headlights, LED fog lights, LED blinkers. Everything on this truck is LED, which was a change from I think 2014 when they went to the new body style in 15. Has front parking sensors. She opted for the 20-inch wheel package, mainly because it's a smoother ride over the 22-inch wheel package that's optional. And when you go with 22s, not only, again, do you lose some of your comfort in terms of riding, but it's a far more expensive tire to replace, and they're harder to find when it comes time to replace them. In her case, she's only had the vehicle for 3 years, so not really a big need to replace tires, but definitely the comfort and ride improvement you get with 20-inch wheels is a huge improvement over the 22s. Has that pass key access touch on the side, which is really nice. I think Ford patents that, but it's definitely something that people like about these vehicles. Plus, it has folding in mirrors, so the mirrors fold in with one touch, just like most other Ford higher-end vehicles with that package. It also has all rear LED lighting as well, so the lighting in the back, everything is LED. Basically, every exterior light on this vehicle is LED. A feature that you can't see right now, but you'd be able to see at night, is when you open up the door, it casts a Lincoln logo on the ground, which is really cool. It also has the power deploying running boards, very nice. On the interior of this, it has pretty much power everything. You get memory seats, 2 of them down here, power seats, black leather interior. You have the sync system, 8-inch display with the navigation, has a really cool little dash area, sunroof. Really nice interior overall, and it's very comfortable. You have quite a bit of legroom in the back as well. So if you're really tall sitting in the front, it is going to intrude upon this area back here, but overall it's a pretty nice width and the interior looks really nice. This one did come with the trailer towing package, so it has about 8,500 pounds worth of towing capacity. It has full controls here to drop down the back seats to make this area perfectly flat, and the one-touch control for the liftgate is right here as opposed to being on the tailgate, which is also really nice. So overall, this has been a really nice vehicle. We haven't had any mechanical issues with it whatsoever, and it's been pretty useful. But times are changing, and this 2016 Lincoln Navigator, though with tons of features, really well equipped, a lot of comfort, lacks a lot of technology that you would just expect from some of the newer vehicles. But this Lincoln Navigator has been an absolute great vehicle. We haven't had any mechanical problems with it. It has a lot of really good technology, but it misses a lot of technology that you would just expect from a newer vehicle. And I think I told you guys about 6 to 8 months ago that we'd be replacing this vehicle relatively soon. Well, now's the time, and we are going to be hopping into our brand new vehicle. So out with the old and in with the new. So this is a 2018 Chrysler Pacifica Limited minivan. Actually kind of resembles an SUV. Now, a lot of people are going to wonder, why specifically a minivan? Why move from a roughly $70,000 Lincoln Navigator to a $50,000 Chrysler Pacifica? Well, let's talk about some of the things that you get with the new Chrysler Pacifica that'll probably blow your mind away. First of all, when you get the limited model, not only do you get the really nice LED trim around the lights, you also get xenon high-intensity discharge headlights. Also comes equipped with front parking sensors as well as rear parking sensors. The limited package, when you opt for the 8-passenger seating, has 20-inch wheels, which are included, but it also deletes the sunroof, which is actually a welcomed option because we really don't care for the sunroof. This Pacifica comes loaded with the 360-degree camera system, so it has cameras beneath both of the rear view mirrors, a camera in the back, a camera in the front, and it has a 5th camera that points out the front, which is used for its radar cruise control as well as its crash avoidance system. Has Kumo 245/50 R20 tires. Now with any Pacifica other than the very lowest trim package, you can opt for what's called the S appearance package, which essentially blacks everything out, including the wheels. On this particular unit, we think it looked really good with the black to have a little bit of chrome accent. That's why you see some of the chrome around the sides, around the windows, and the front. Here is your radar cruise control, as well as a camera right there that's used for the collision avoidance system. Now, comparatively speaking, in terms of technology, when you compare this to the Lincoln Navigator, this Pacifica puts it to shame. It has so much more technology on a vehicle that's only a few years newer than, again, a $70,000 Lincoln Navigator. And that was a big reason why my wife opted to upgrade to this Pacifica versus keep her Navigator. Secondly, the Navigator actually has a little bit more of a harsher ride. This Pacifica is probably one of the smoothest riding vehicles we've ever been in. Take a look at the interior. This has a really, really beautiful interior. My wife opted for the mocha interior, so it's mocha on black. Moving to the driver's side, it has 2 memory seat functions, as well as power folding mirrors. All the typical upgrades you would expect to get on a higher end vehicle. It has 10-way power driver and passenger front seats. Of course, you get automatic headlight controls on this vehicle, as well as HID headlights, which I mentioned earlier. Something I really like about this package, and it's included on the Limited, is this really nice front computer system. Basically, this whole back area right here is a screen, something you tend to see in a lot of higher-end vehicles. It has a very nice speedometer and RPM gauge, rain-sensing front windshield wipers as well. A lot of really good controls from the steering wheel, including all your adaptive cruise control functions and everything else to, of course, control cruise control and your Uconnect system here. And check out this steering wheel. I absolutely love the two-tone steering wheel with the mocha color interior and the black with this nice little silver inlay in between it. It has a very, very upscale appearance and feel to it. Taking a closer look at the center stack, you can see it has a shifter dial knob up here. My wife absolutely loves this because there's nothing in the way here to take up space. You don't have a shifter here blocking anything out, and she really loves the function of this. Push button parking brake, dual climate control, as well as heated and ventilated seats, which you control from the Uconnect system itself. The ability to turn the screen off. Really good idea if you are driving on a road that's real dark outside and you don't want the screen glaring on you, especially on longer trips. The ability to mute your system with one button comes in real handy if you're going through a drive-through or a bank teller, anything like that. You can turn on and off your parking sensors. This has the parallel and perpendicular parking assist, where it essentially parks the vehicle for you. You can turn off the auto engine start feature. Unfortunately, there's no permanent way to disable it. It would be really nice if there were. Also, your lane keeping feature, traction control, and the very beautiful Uconnect 3 with the 8.4-inch display. A lot of great functionality here. The screen is incredibly crisp. I've put the van in reverse so you can take a look at the 360-degree camera, as well as a reverse camera. You can put it just on the backup camera, or just on the front camera, or a narrower view of the front camera with the 360-degree function. I'm sorry it looks washed out at the top here, but that's only because it's super bright out front. And when it comes to storage, this van has so much storage, and I guess that's kind of what they're known for. First of all, you have this really nice pocket storage here, which is about 4 inches deep. You have another storage right here. You have a storage that comes out right here, which can be used for change or whatever you might want to put there. You have more storage there. Behind the console, you have more cup holders and a very large storage right here. You have captain's chairs up front. Again, just this beautiful, beautiful mocha leather, heated and ventilated seats. I love how it kind of transitions to the doors to where it's black and mocha. Just a really good look. Something that's really common on minivans, but should really be in other vehicles, is this really unique drop-down mirror, where you can see the passengers in the back seats with a kind of a wide view mirror. And up here you have all your door controls. So from the driver or passenger front seat, you have the ability to open any door independently, to turn the system off so the rear passengers can't open the doors from the back if you'd like, your lift gate, as well as your dome lights. And something that's actually a first for me to see is a manufacturer that gives you 3 fully functional key fobs with the vehicle. Typically you get 2, but Chrysler gives you 3, with a lot of functionality here. You can open and close each door independently, you can start the vehicle, you can open the back, lock and unlock, and your panic feature. Very, very nice. And this vehicle also comes with a feature called Key Sense. So you have the ability to program key fobs to function differently when you're using them with the vehicle. So you can have this key fob programmed to where maybe if your teenager's driving the vehicle, it limits it at a certain speed. It basically limits certain functionalities, the radio volume, and things that you can do to promote safer driving. Of course, it has home link. Control your garage door opener. Has a really cool button on the door to open it. On the inside you have a button here if you want to close the door, and if you pull the handle it'll either open or close based on you doing that as well. So if I pull the handle, it'll close the door. But check out this really cool feature. If you have the key fob with you, all you have to do is wave your foot underneath the door and it will open the door for you as well. Because we parked my wife's vehicle in the garage, it comes in really handy to have that feature where the doors essentially don't open like your traditional SUV, and it just makes loading our kids in the vehicle that much easier. Now, we opted for the 8-passenger seating with our vehicle. One of the claim to fame features that the Chrysler Pacifica has that other SUVs don't is its stow and go feature. Stow and go simply means I can fold every seat in this vehicle down into the floor so it doesn't actually take up space, and I can load a tremendous amount of cargo in the back of this if I choose to. So let me show you how the system works. So basically what I'm going to do here is press this button right here. This button will automatically move the front seat to its furthest up position so I can do the stow and go feature. Now once the seat's up, I simply have to pull on this handle, lift this up to its highest position, and pull one handle right here. Put it in there, pull this piece back, locks it into place, and check that out. That is really cool. So we still have this seat in place, which is really nice, and it gives us the ability to keep our car seat right in the center here, which is the safest place if you have children. But look at all the room you have now. I can do the same thing to the other side. Now, one of the only things to keep in mind is that because we opted for the 8-passenger version of this, you don't have stow and go for the center seat. You simply pull this lever, the seat folds down, and then you can remove the whole assembly and take it out of the vehicle. It's actually quite light and compact when you remove it. While I'm here, might as well mention this has the Uconnect theater system, which are these 10-inch screens that fold up. You have USB as well as HDMI outlets that connect to it. You can connect to them wirelessly, and it gives you the ability to play a Blu-ray or a DVD up front or stream movies and content to them. And they even have games built into them as well, so you can play like tic-tac-toe and other types of games to entertain the kids whenever you are on a long trip. Really, really handy. And they're touchscreen displays. The AC controls for your rear passengers are right here, right on the top corner of where your second row passenger would sit. So now we're opening up the back. I want to show you how stow and go works from back here. So let's say you're going on a long trip and you need a bunch of cargo or supplies, such as your groceries, things like that. You have this huge storage area back here. It's probably a foot deep and almost the full width of the back. If I want to stow the back seats, all I simply have to do is press this button right here. Check this out. Really cool. Okay, stow into the floor, so it is a perfectly flat area back here. This has more cargo room than I've seen in any van or SUV ever, and that's one of the big reasons why my wife really fell in love with this vehicle. On the side here, you actually have a vacuum cleaner, and it's made by Rigid, and you can plug the hose in at the midpoint, so you don't just have a vacuum that's good for the back with a hose that's stretched out real far. You have the ability to use it anywhere throughout the van, which is really convenient. And then when you're ready to put the seats back up in the normal position, just hit normal. Again, this has to be the most convenient way to either stow or have your seats available. Check that out. It's crazy the technology they're putting in these things. And another nice thing, when you're ready to close the back lid, you don't have to reach up and press a button on the back. The button's right here on the side. And I absolutely love the way these accent lights look on the back. Chrysler does a phenomenal job of putting LED accents on vehicles. So when you're ready to unstow the second row seats, you simply do the reverse of what you did to stow them. Pull this out like that, and then pull your handle up. And then just close this bottom portion. And then press this button. So yeah, guys, so this is my wife's new van. Absolutely loves it. We had an opportunity to drive one of these for about a week. It's actually that one right there. That one's in a copper color, which is really nice. It's a little bit lower trim package. That's a Touring L, whereas this is the Limited. And you get a lot more tech with the Limited. You get the larger screen, you get the nav system, the 360-degree cameras, the radar cruise control, the self-parking feature, all sorts of tech that comes in this vehicle. It's roughly $48,700 for this vehicle before tax, tag, and license or destination fees. And it comes in about 20 grand cheaper than my wife's current Navigator was, and about 30 grand cheaper than a new Navigator would be. Honestly, and I gotta admit this right off the bat, if you were looking for the value leader in technology and luxury and features and amenities, it's hard to go wrong with a Chrysler product. You get so much for the money. Yes, the number one issue many people are going to have with newer vehicles are going to be related to maybe technology, some of the quirks that may still exist, but for the most part, out of all the vehicles that are sold, only a very small percentage are going to go back to the dealership with problems. And parked right next to my wife's new Pacifica is this really, really nice Challenger Hellcat. That's one heck of a vehicle. Guys, I have to give a huge shout out here to Lithia Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram in Corpus Christi, Texas. These folks are amazing to work with. You guys know I come out here all the time and I film their vehicles. They never pressure me into saying anything or giving good reviews or really doing anything. We paid for this vehicle what anybody could come in here and get this vehicle for. So we didn't get any type of special deal, full disclosure. We got the same rebates and incentives that were available for anybody. And I felt that you guys would absolutely want to see what type of vehicle my own family has chosen to purchase, what my wife traded a roughly $70,000 Navigator for, and why she traded it for this type of vehicle. She was up on her 3-year lease on her Navigator, so that was the main reason to get out of it, but we did have the option to get just about any vehicle she wanted. I told her whatever vehicle you want. After seeing this, after seeing the specifications, the details, everything you get for it, she absolutely fell in love with it, and I think she's gonna love it. Anyways, guys, if you haven't had a chance, please take a moment, subscribe to my channel, give me a thumbs up, and I'll talk to you again very soon.